Hi, welcome to a unique podcast by Awakenanda.
But first, a respectful thank you to Indic researcher Dr. Jayashree Saranathan.
Episode 2 Supervolcano Mount Toba and the Legend of Tripura Samhara. 75,000 years ago, a supervolcano called Mount Toba exploded in the present day Indonesia, triggering mass extinction on planet Earth. In the Netflix series titled Ancient Apocalypse, Graham Hancock talks about this. He speaks of Sundaland, a massive landmass that disappeared into the sea, leaving a few islands like Java, Sumatra, Borneo, and the Malay Peninsula. What he does not talk about is that the memory of this cataclysm was recorded by a handful of survivors in the form of Tripura Samhara, the slaying of Tripurasura. Here's how the legend goes. A trio of asuras named Tarakaksha, Vidyunmali, and Kamalaksha, who were sons of Tarakasura, performed severe tapasya for thousands of years. Pleased with their penance, Brahma granted them the boon to have 3 fortresses, or fortress cities, made of gold, silver, and iron. They became all-powerful and began to torment the devas, who then requested Lord Shiva to slay them. Shiva took 3 days to slay the 3 asuras by destroying the 3 fortress cities. You may be wondering, where is the mention of Sundaland in all of this? But that's the beauty of Hindu wisdom. Nothing is apparent. Everything is encoded in stories with metaphors and allegories, entwining the terrestrial with the celestial. The evidence mostly lies within the scriptures, and most often in the world around us. Parokshena is the Sanskrit word that describes such wisdom. It literally means out of sight, secretive, mysterious. It is meant to be revealed only to the seeker. So, let's seek the answers. We find the first clue in Krishna Yajurveda of Taittiriya Samhita. It says that the asuras had 3 citadels. The lowest was of iron, then there was one of silver, then one of gold. The gods could not conquer them. They sought to conquer them by siege. They made ready an arrow, Agni as the point, Soma as the socket, Vishnu as the shaft. They said, Rudra is fierce, let him shoot it. Rudra let it go. It cleft the citadels and drove the asuras away from these worlds. Now, if you pay attention to the words and the way the 3 citadels were described, it says that the lowest was of iron, and then there was one of silver and one of gold. So clearly, it describes 3 levels of citadels. The lowest being iron and the precious metals being over or above. Now, it is a well-known fact that volcanic zones are highly likely to contain iron, silver, gold, and even gemstones. So the description is a definite match with a volcanic zone with not 1 but probably 3 volcanoes. We then find the second clue in the Sangam Tamil text called Paripadal. It says that Shiva killed Tripura with the mountain as the arrow and the snakes as the string. He blew the 3 fortresses of iron, silver, and gold by shooting a single arrow which has fire at its end. Again, if we pay attention to the verses and the description of the arrow and the string and all of that, it becomes more and more evident what the scripture is trying to describe. The mountain as the arrow, what does it mean? Picture in your head a mountain. Consider the 2 sloping shoulders of the mountain as the 2 ends of a bow, and the apex of the mountain as the arrowhead. The snakes as the string, what does it mean? Imagine the base of the mountain as the bowstring. Deep underground, magma is sloshing around like snakes. You get the picture? He blew the 3 fortresses of iron, silver, and gold by shooting a single arrow which has fire at its end. What does that mean? The volcano erupts through the apex of the mountain. Any volcano would do that. Now let's take a look at the names of the 3 asuras, which gives away the real identity. The first asura was called Tarakaksha. Taraka means starry or shining. Aksha means eyes. Now volcanoes do emit sparks that look like shining stars. The second Rakshasa was called Vidyunmali. Vidyun means lightning or electric. Mali means garlanded or adorned with. Again, typical volcanic activity description where lightning is observed. Kamalaksha, that was the third asura. Kamala means lotus, and lotus comes in pink as well as red shades. Aksha again means ice. So this is descriptive of the open mouth of a volcano which glows like a red lotus. This clear description of the Tripura asuras tallies with that of active volcanoes, which, according to the legend, were then destroyed by Shiva, the god of destruction. Further, the Puranas say that because of that destruction, there was ash everywhere. The ash was pale grey in color. Shiva was completely drenched in that ash. He took up a handful of ash and smeared it on his forehead and began to dance. This is depicted as the Tripura Samhara dance of Nataraja. This dance of Shiva is described in the Tamil text, Silappadikaram, as the first among the 11 dance forms. It is called in Tamil as Pandarangam. Pandaram means white. The name Pandu, father of the Pandavas, was given to him as he was born pale. To this day in Indonesia, there is a place called Tarakan, which is very close to the name Tarakasura. Within that region, there is also a place called Kalimantan, which means the churning by Kali. In the legend of Tripura Samhara, as the ash-smeared Shiva danced, Kali, his better half, also joined him. 4,000 kilometers away in India, there is a quaint village called Jwalapuram. Located in Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh, Jwalapuram revealed in excavations that it had a human dwelling dating back to 75,000 years, which was covered with volcanic ash that was an exact match with the ash of Mount Toba. If you liked what you just heard, please hit the follow button. I am Awekananda, just another average Bharatiya who finally woke up.